So just listen to me. If you're in YouTube because you want to make money, this video is very important to you, right? Because see, I know you think that all you just need to achieve in this life is to get 10,000 views or 100,000 views or 1 million views or whatever amount of views. But you need to know that sometimes you can make those views and not make a lot of money. Do you understand? So what I want to talk about today is something that will be very interesting to you. Now listen. So you can have two different videos of the same amount of views. Let's say 10k views. Video A has 10k views. Video B has 10k views. And at the end of the day, right, video A that has 10k views gets less than $100, while video B also has 10k views get like between $1,000 to $2,000. You know, as you're building your channel, you need to pay attention to this, right? This has to be factored into even choosing your niche, right? So sometimes the difference between what you get from two videos is just the quality of the users, the quality of the viewers, right? Now the quality in that the location where they are watching from, right? Now it is assumed that users from the UK and the US have more buying power, you understand? And so when you have more viewers on a video from UK and US, now you tend to get paid way more than when you have viewers from Africa. This is the big problem. How do you attract video from a certain location, from say UK and US, if they are going to pay me more, you know, for viewers based on their location, right? How do I attract people from there? Good. Now, number one thing you need to do is, first of all, please post content that are relevant to the location. You understand? Post content that are relevant to the location. Sometimes it means that you need to do more work, you need to do more research, because yeah, you know what's happening in Nigeria, for instance, and in Africa, and it's easy for you to make content based on those, you know. But if you want to now post, let's say, news that have to do with America or, you know, the UK and stuff like that, you have to now do more research. But see, it is totally worth it. So this is something that is very important. Post things that are relevant to the location from which you want to get viewers. That's number one. Now number two, please, when choosing your niche, when you're starting your channel and choosing your niche, please choose niches that will be interesting to people that are from a certain location, say like from US or UK. Now let me say this. Now if your niche is African folk tales, now of course you can have a few people from UK and US watch your video. I'm not saying they will not watch. I'm just saying that a majority of your viewers will be from Africa, for instance. You understand? So there are certain niches like motivation, niches like finance, you know, those niches are niches that are usually more interesting to people who are outside the country, who are in the US and in the UK. And when choosing the niche for your channel, you need to put this into consideration. It has to be one of the things. See, when starting your channel and any other thing even, you need to determine, what am I intending to get from this? You know, if money is what I want to get from this, it means that money has to be factored into everything, from the little decisions as I'm starting the channel, as I'm choosing my niche, as I'm creating my videos, as I'm choosing my title. Now the location I'm targeting has to be in my mind. I need to know that I'm not making this for Nigerians, for instance. I'm not making this for people in this state, for instance. I'm making this for people in the US. Now all of that has to be factored into your content, because all the other reasons, all the other ways of getting people from a certain location will not work if you do not get this part right. You understand? Your strategy, your YouTube strategy about anything, not just about attracting people from a certain location, has to be centered around the content and the value that you are giving to your users. Do you understand? So first of all, the type of video to make, and even your channel, you have to factor in the location of the person that you are making this video for. Now in your mind, you need to know that I'm making this video for this particular person. You have to have a persona in your mind, right? Where does that person stay? Okay, that person stays in the UK and the US, and that decision has to affect every other thing, you know, right from the very beginning, when you are making your channel, that decision has to affect everything. You understand? So another way that you can get people from, say, the US and the UK is through collaboration. I know that to some people you feel that, oh, this is a lot to achieve, but it is not really so much. Now if you have given value for a while, you get to a point where people want to even collaborate with you. I'm telling you. So so we are now at this point where you are just a small YouTuber and you have not given enough value. Fine. As you are making your videos now, start thinking about this video that I'm making now, is in the quality that when somebody that has followers from the UK and the US sees this video, would they want to collaborate with me? Do you understand? So you need to put all of that into the fabrics of every of your decision that you're making. So collaboration is another very good way of getting users and viewers from a particular location. So you need to understand that leveraging on another person's audience, leveraging on another person's advantage sometimes is one very fast way of getting advantage, and you cannot zero it out. You cannot write yourself off like that. Do you understand? You need to start thinking about collaboration. You need to start thinking about collaboration. All right, that's number 2. Now number 3 is adverts. Now if you have a big budget, because adverts really sometimes it's not for people who are struggling, right? Especially YouTube adverts can be very expensive. But if you have a big budget, right, advert is one thing that can quickly get you in front of the audience that you want. Why? Because when you are creating the advert, you are going to be asked to even specify the location. Please know that that place that you put is also going to be a factor in the amount that you pay. So what I'm trying to say is, if you make an advert and you say I want to advertise to people in the US, right, and you make another advert and say I want to advertise to people in Nigeria, for instance, now you need to know that you're going to pay very different amounts for this advert. Do you understand? Because it's assumed that people in the US have more buying power. People in the UK have more buying power than people in Africa. So advert is one very, 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 very fast way of getting yourself in front of the right viewers. I hope you've gotten value out of this. Please, if you have, subscribe and like this video.